The 2025 Baltimore Ravens will be one of the greatest regular season teams in NFL history, and I don't think it's debatable. Will they end up winning the Super Bowl? Will Lamar Jackson get the Super Bowl MVP? I'm not going to definitively say that. The playoffs are a different animal, obviously, for Lamar Jackson. When it comes to this regular season, this team, I think there's a legit chance it could be the number one offense and number one defense. And to some degree, those things kind of work together. When the offense is excellent, the defense gets to pass rush more. The defense only needs to play pass defense, and we've got a phenomenal pass defense with the addition of Malachi Starks, with the addition of Jair Alexander, a phenomenal pass rusher in the second round in Mike Green. This team is built to be super efficient on offense. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, the play-action pass game, super efficient on offense. Is it going to lead the NFL in points? Maybe not, but that's not really what we're talking about. We're talking about the Ravens going to halftime with 3 drives and 17 points. We don't have as many drives as most teams because we're keeping the clock running via Lamar running, via Derrick Henry running, Zay Flowers and Jets. We're having a lot of plays tackled in bounds, more long, methodical drives. So the total points isn't really what you should be looking at. It should be points per possession. And then on the defensive end, when they're having to play the pass rush and pass defense, a lot of good safeties. Adrian Washington is a phenomenal, underrated free safety. Kyle Hamilton kind of plays more of that linebacker role. A lot of people don't get that aren't watching a lot of Baltimore football games. And I don't see a world where the Ravens don't win 14 or 15 games. I really don't. I don't see... The Baltimore Ravens will go down as one of the greatest regular season teams in NFL history. Now, am I proclaiming that they're going to win the Super Bowl in a historic, undefeated regular season, undefeated playoffs, Lamar wins the Super Bowl? No. The playoffs are a different animal, and I can't definitively and confidently say that Lamar's going to get it done when it comes to playoff time. Specifically when discussing regular season, I don't see why this team can't be a top 5 team of all time. Look, I think there's a pretty good chance that this Ravens offense is number 1 in points per game. Obviously, it's number 1 rushing attack. It's going to be the most efficient offense with Lamar Jackson being a top 3 passer in terms of efficiency. And then obviously having Derrick Henry in the backfield with Lamar Jackson's legs as well. The defense is going to be playing with a lot of leads, which this defense is a little susceptible to the run. It's not bad. It's a little susceptible to the run. We have Mike Green, who's going to be a phenomenal young pass rusher, and a lot of good DBs. A lot of good DBs. Malachi Starks, a first-round safety draft pick, is not going to start. Jair Alexander is probably also not going to start. Those guys are going to be coming in dime and nickel packages. With Kyle Hamilton rolling into the box, this is going to be one of the best. They're going to get a nickname. What the nickname is, I probably should come up with one. The secondary is going to be one of the best of all time. It's going to be up there with the Legion of Boom, the Denver no-fly zone. It's going to be phenomenal. The pass rush is going to be getting home. I'm expecting 45 to 50 sacks this season. And I fully expect both the offense from a points per game perspective and the defense from a points per game perspective to be top 3 in both. Offense number 1, I think the defense is going to be in that 2 to 4 range. A lot of sacks, a lot of interceptions. I think it's going to be a swarming defense. The elephant in the room is the special teams. Last year the Ravens were great on both sides of the ball and ended up as the 3 seed in the AFC. It can't get any worse than last year, I'll tell you that. First preseason game, we had a punt return touchdown. I'm not really caring about the kick return and punt return game. That's kind of fluky. The kicking game is what lost the Ravens 2 games last year. That's the difference between being the 3 seed and being the still below the Chiefs, but competing for the 1 seed in the AFC. I genuinely don't see a world where there's another team in the regular season that can compete with the Ravens. The Ravens play the Bills in week 1. I think that's going to be a slaughtering. The Ravens will win by over 20. The Ravens play the Lions and the Chiefs in the first 4 weeks of the season. They will beat both of them. And at that point, I don't think there is a debate. when the Ravens are 4-0 after beating those three juggernauts as well as the Cleveland Browns in week 2, I don't think there can be a debate. I think it'll be unequivocal that the Ravens are the best team in the NFL, and the only question that we can ask is, can Lamar get it done in the playoffs? And it's going to be a pressurized situation, because when you get the 1 seed, when you are at home, that's when the pressure starts to mount. When you win another MVP, most likely he'll be winning another MVP this season, you cannot have a first-round exit. You can't play the Dolphins in the wildcard round. Well, it'd be the divisional round, but you can't play one of these teams, the Texans, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Bengals, the Jags, and lose in the first round. And you really can't even lose in the conference finals. Another dominant season, that's where the pressure gets real. And I really don't know yet. I don't know if this is going to be a Super Bowl winning team. But 15 wins is my projection. I think this Baltimore Ravens team wins 15 games. One of the most dominant teams in the NFL. The only thing that could hold this team back is the new kicker in Tyler Loop. If he can be okay to good, 15 wins. If Tyler Loop is bad, probably 13.